Hey everyone, this is Jaume from OpenFort, and in this video I'll be doing a speedrun on creating an ecosystem wallet together with its corresponding SDK, and I'll be trying it out with an SDK sample. Alright, so let's jump right in. So first off, I've gone through the OpenFort documentation here at the samples part, where we have a link to a GitHub repository. So this GitHub repository has two main folders. It has the Ecosystem SDK folder and the Ecosystem wallet. We'll be going through them for this video. So let's go right ahead and clone this repo. All right, so go here, and we are here at the Ecosystem sample. Right. So if we open now this Ecosystem sample, let's now watch what do we have in these two folders, the Ecosystem wallet and the Ecosystem SDK. So the Ecosystem wallet will be where the different parts of our wallet will live. First off, we have the front end of our wallet. So that will be the different components that we will show the users when they have to sign a specific transaction, when they have to sign a message, when they have to create a session key, etc. That will be this part on the front end. And then we have the backend. So here that will be, in this case, only used for the encryption share, which we will get to, which is basically needed for the non-custodial wallet creation. That's for the Ecosystem wallet. On the other hand, here we have the Ecosystem SDK. So that will be the SDK that we will later on publish into any node repository. In this case, we can do it into NPM. And so that will be the SDK that we will then ship to developers to install in order to allow them to interact with our wallet. And then the SDK sample, it's basically installing the SDK itself to prove that everything is working correctly. All right, so let's first off start off by copying the examples here and renaming them to .mv, and here as well to .mv. Okay, so you can see here it's requesting us in the Ecosystem front end, it's requesting us the app name, OpenFort public key, Shield public key, backend URL, and the Ecosystem ID. All right, so to get these first two, we will go into the dashboard. So to create an ecosystem, we have to go into the OpenFort dashboard. In this case, I'll be creating a brand new project. So I will call it live demo. So I'm creating a new project. Let's go into this new project, live demo. All right, here I am. And so the cool thing here of these projects is that I am able to create child projects, which basically are partners. This will be the people that we want to allow to use our Ecosystem wallet to interact in their own application. So this would be, for instance, partner 1. And you will see that partner 1 has less privileges than live demo. And that is made in purpose for permission requirements, right? So let's get the time here to be a bit familiar with the OpenFort dashboard. We have the transactions, which are transactions created from the wallet, players, which are the users, assets, which are contracts, and gas policies that allows us to sponsor transactions. In this case, we want to go into developers. Here into developers, we want to copy in this case, the publishable key, which was the one that was being requested here. Publishable key. Then it says React App Shield public key. Right. So in this case, we have Shield. Shield is basically an open source service that OpenFort has created in order to manage encryption shares. You can read more about it in our documentation here, but basically it allows us to create non-custodial wallets. So we press here on create shield keys, and that will generate a new key for us. Now, this gives us this encryption part here. This is very important that you never show it to anyone. This will only be showed once and is never stored on OpenFort. So be sure to keep this very safe. In this case, we copy it, and I've signed it. I go back. In this case, we don't need it yet, so I'm just saving it here. And now we go into shield keys, and it mentions the publish shield key, which is exactly what we need. So we go here and publish shield key. Awesome. Now it says we need to get the React App OpenFort ecosystem ID. So to get our ecosystem ID is very simple. We simply go into settings, into the project details, and then we get the ecosystem ID here. And we can go ahead and paste it. All right, here we can just say live demo, and this backend URL will depend where we host it, so we'll see probably a bit later. Let's go ahead now and jump into the backend. Here into the backend, it's requesting us to give it the shield public key. So once again, we go here and we give it the shield public key. These parameters are very important that you never share them with the exterior. They should be kept safe. So in this case, we put the encryption share here and we delete it from this. All right, so now we have here the backend, the shield secret key. So very important, you never reveal this to the exterior secret key. Okay, and OpenFort secret key. Awesome, there we go. Okay, so now we have these parameters as well. We can see here the port will be running 3001. So we can probably set up here that this will be running in HTTP 2001. Awesome. Great, so now we have the front end and the back end. We can go ahead and run them. So to run them, we simply navigate to the ecosystem wallet, and then first is on the front end. In this case, I'll be using Yarn as the package manager. I'll just do the same in the other side in the meantime and do Yarn. Awesome. Great, so first off, I just do maybe Yarn start. Okay. Let's see first that it appears I have already another application running at 3000. So let's go ahead and kill it in the meantime, and I will just run the backend. Awesome. So backend is running, and we go ahead now, and I have to kill the other application. Just give me a second. Or we can simply, run it somewhere else. Like that, it doesn't really matter. So we'll just do that just for. Okay, awesome. 2003. Here we go. Okay. So, so we have the backend and we have the front end of our applications. Yeah. So now, next thing that we want to do in this scenario is that our users still have nowhere to be authenticated, right? And so in order for our users to be authenticated, what we need to do is go here into the dashboard, we go here onto players, and we go into providers. So here at providers, we basically have to set up what are the methods that we allow our users to be, to use as authentication, basically, right? In this case, we can go ahead and set up Google. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so now this is saved. I have saved my Google credentials here. Let's make sure that it's also enabled. Okay, so now it's enabled, so that's great. Now we go back here into our application. And what we need to do next is basically set up our SDK, which will be the SDK that we will ship to developers so they can install and interact with our wallet. So to do this, let's simply go here into the SDK. So here we have basically, we have to install it first. So let's go ahead and do just that. Okay. Wallet, here we are at SDK, and all right, and SDK. Okay, so now we install it. So this is installing the OpenFort ecosystem, the client module. And here what we will need to do is tell it where is the ecosystem wallet living. In this case, we saw that it was living in localhost 3002, if I'm not mistaken. Let's quickly check. 3, okay, 3003, okay. We need the ecosystem ID, so we can go ahead and get that again. So here, ecosystem ID, and put here. And here we see that what we are seeing here basically is the configuration of the client SDK of OpenFort. In this case, we're using the proxy pattern, which allows us to basically map all the different methods that are implemented in the client SDK. And we can, of course, rename them, or we can even add new methods if we want. But here, for simplicity, we are already just doing a proxy from all the different methods. And then what you see here is that it's requesting a publishable key. So this will be the publishable key that our partners have to include when they install our SDK, right? So in this case here, we can change the name. So we just call this live demo. It will be the first version of this SDK. And I think I'm not missing anything. We can just go ahead and build it. Okay. All right. So now we have the destination folder with all the compiled SDK. If we want to just go ahead and try it, the fastest way of doing that would be first off, of course, we have to go into the SDK folder. We go into the sample, and now that we are at the sample, we have to install what will be our SDK, right? So basically, we can uninstall like the one from the current example, and we go into our compiled code and we do something like npm link. So this will basically tell that we want to install this destination on SDK sample, and we go back here and we do npm link and the name of our SDK, which is in this case live demo, and then it will basically install this SDK in this sample. Awesome. So we can, while it's installing, we can go ahead and configure the sample. This would be already a partner of yours that wants to install and interact with your wallet, right? So in this example, let's go ahead and here it would be live demo, which is the name of our SDK, right? And the client ID will need to be first off, let's do just this. Okay. All right. So we have a client ID and policy ID. So to get a client ID for your partners, so we go here into live demo, and we see here we have a partner. So under partners, we go into developers, and then we go into the publishable key. So we simply have to copy it here, right? And let's even make it more fun. We can go into the live demo, the parent, and we will create a gas policy for everyone that is under my ecosystem so they can use it. So we can say sample int, okay, and let's say that we want to do it in Binance, okay. In this case, I would just put to sponsor all kinds of transactions that go to it. So we'll do just that. Okay, and here we have a policy ID. So simply go here and add the policy ID. Awesome. So now that we are here, we have the live demo and the configuration that we need is a client ID. You can see here in this sample, it includes like a whole bunch of Web3 libraries that you can use. You have like ConnectKit, Rainbow, WalkMe, etc., etc. In this case, we'll see which one we can use, but we can simply go and do npm run dev So this is the port where this is running. If we go here, and so here we're running, this would be an application that that installed your Ecosystem Wallet SDK, and we press in one of the of the wallet libraries. In this case, I just want to try it out with ConnectKit. All right, and so we can see here that it's showcasing this name. The reason that it's showcasing this name is because if we go here at the SDK, we at the appearance section, we are setting up, let's see, here at the end, we are setting up the name, the logo, and the reverse domain name system. So here you should put like your own, whatever you want to showcase the users when they install your wallet. So in this case, it's just still with the previous one, which is fine. And then we can simply install this. You can see here it added this is our ecosystem with the only provider that we set up in this case was Google. So we can go ahead and log in. And so let's do just that. So we authorize it to use it every new time that the user signs up for the first time. Now we are creating the non-custodial wallet in the background, and we are set. So we just created a non-custodial smart wallet for me as a user going through an ecosystem. You can go ahead and use it now. You can see I can just sign transactions. Here we go. I can just also send a transaction as well. And yeah, so this was a very quick speed run. Now if you go into the into the players of my ecosystem, you can see that this is me who just signed up, and it created 2 accounts because the default chain on which my ecosystem is Polygon Amoy, but the dApp that has installed the SDK in this case is done in Binance, so that's why we have 2. But that's pretty much it. We now have a wallet, we would be basically, if we wanted to bring this to production, we'd basically modify here the the specific logo that we're using, the name, and then we can just go ahead and publish this destination file into NPM, and people will be able to install it and would be good to go. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions that we can help with. And yeah, cheers.